So I was at the gym with my homies, and we were going in, and I was like, "Holy shit! Look at all these goodies. You got the up and goes, you got the fruit, bananas and apples, you got the protein bar, you got the brownies, you got the cookies." And they were like, "What do you mean? They got this every Friday." And I was like, "Oh no, last week, bro, I came here and there was nothing. It was it was a ghost town. There was nothing. It was just like they didn't even have the table set up. It was just a barren wasteland." And they were like, "Bro, you're crazy. I come here every Friday and there's always this massive goodie land, massive goodie land." And I was like, "I swear to you, I was here last week and there was nothing. And I even came back in the afternoon and there was still nothing." And they were like, "All right, whatever you say." And they saw that I was stuffing a bunch of these goodies in my bag, and they were like, "Don't you want a pre-workout snack? You're just packing them all for later, but what did you eat before?" And I was like, "Oh yeah, I ate something before, but I'm not gonna tell you because I'm not so proud of it." And they were like, "Come on, just tell us. Did you did you eat something you're not so proud of?" And I was like, "All right, guys, I know that we're here to improve ourselves, but just as just a minute ago, I was eating all this junk food. I was I was those Twix bars. Well, they kind of expanded their product range. They went into like the biscuit market to appeal to those chocolate biscuit fans. Trying to get those, tap into that market. They got the Tim, trying to compete with the Tim Tams. They're trying to trying to get sales away from these big chocolate biscuit companies like the Tim Tams and Arnott's and even Oreos. Gotta get those sales away from the Oreos. I think that they dominate the biscuit market. So anyway, I bought me some strawberries and I bought some Twix biscuits and I was munching down on it, and I saw that some of these strawberries were a little mushy, and I was like, "Damn." Like at the end of the day, these strawberries are always so mushy, bro. And I was like, why does this have to happen? Like I guess if I came here earlier, then I might have some fresh strawberries, and I might not be left with the mushy ones. But I was trying to complement my Twix biscuits with something a little healthy to balance out all this sugar. And I was just really disappointed to see that there was mushy strawberries. And like, I guess it was fine, even though the strawberries were mushy. I had the chocolate biscuits to balance out this kind of that icky flavor of mushy strawberries. And I think it's fine because alcohol that's just rotten fruit, right? And I actually tasted alcohol before. I want to tell you this one story, all right? I was in a hotel cleaning rooms, and you gotta make sure the fridge is like doesn't have any of the stuff that shouldn't be in there, like. So I looked in the fridge, and there was like a bottle of alcohol, and it had a good amount left. And I was like, damn, look at that alcohol. And I was like, man, you go to the alcohol store, it's probably cost like, like what, like $40 a bottle. And here I got a bottle of alcohol, and it has a good amount in it. And I was like, all right, I gotta taste this alcohol. So I put some of it in my mouth, and I couldn't swallow it, bro. And it's not just because of the guilty conscience. It actually left a sour taste in my mouth, and I remember that it kind of singed my throat, and I just knew that it wasn't gonna be a pleasant thing to swallow. Like it didn't taste sweet at all. Like, like with Coke or these sugary drinks, they actually leave a good taste in your mouth. But this alcohol, bro, it tasted sour, and it didn't leave a good taste. And I couldn't swallow it. So I spat it out and just dumped it in the sink and put it in the recycling. And it's kind of I guess this kind of cleared my head about alcohol. It's not something that you want to be swallowing or anything like that. So one of my homies, after we got done working out, one of my homies, bro, he took his shirt off, bro, and he was flexing all over the gym. And I was like, homie, what you doing? And homie was like, well, I'm showing these women how much I improved. And I was like, so you're really just improving to impress these women, huh? And homie was like, yeah, brah, that's the only reason any of these guys be improving. And I was like, homie, what you really need to work on is impressing yourself, because none of these women are paying attention to you. You see, these women, bro. Like, bro, the only good women is the women that are focusing on themselves, focusing on improving themselves and leveling up their lives. And here you are, trying to impress all these women, and the only ones that are paying attention to you are the ones that probably scandalous. They're probably promiscuous women. And is that what you really want, to be attractive to these promiscuous women And he was like, bro, you're always overthinking these things. I just wanted to impress some of these women, bro. And you think that I'm gonna get with a hooker just because I'm trying to impress some women? And I was like, you really think you're gonna be impressing all the good women because you're taking off your shirt off in the middle of the gym and flexing your muscles? And the only good women is the women that are probably not even looking at you at all. So I think homie learned a really valuable lesson that day, because he put his shirt back on, and he actually got approached by one of these women, you know, and she was like, I saw you taking off your shirt, and I was like, this is not a good guy. But then I saw that you were talking with your homie, and he was teaching you some good morals, and he was teaching you some good morals, and he was teaching you to put your shirt back on, and I got interested, because I saw you were a changed man, and you weren't the type to be flexing your muscles in the middle of the gym anymore. And I got interested, and 4 years later, bro, these guys are married, bro, and it was all because of his decision to not be flexing his muscles and not be lowering his standards and attracting these promiscuous women. And bro, if he left his shirt off, bro, if homie left his shirt off and he attracted one of these promiscuous women and they went home and they smashed, he never would have met this wholesome woman. Right? They married 4 years later, and now homie's a changed man. He got a wife and he got a 1-year-old kid. And it was all because of my positive influence in his life. So the moral of this story is, you can be attractive to 100 women and it won't matter if they're not wholesome and if they're not wife material. You can be attractive to 100 women and it won't matter. So the moral of the story is, like, be selective on the women that you associate with. And only date women with high standards that probably don't be wearing like these tight clothes that a lot of these women be wearing. They don't be showing belly button, and they probably don't be wearing these really short pants, and even like these tank tops that show a lot of cleavage. The good women probably don't be wearing these things that show a lot of cleavage. So the moral of the story is, Only date women with high standards. And they say that, like, you should never marry someone if you wouldn't want a kid that was just like her, you know? So like if you see yourself like 20 years later, you see her as your daughter, and you think, oh, I wouldn't want her as a daughter, then you shouldn't marry her. You should marry her if you'd be happy having a daughter that was just like her. So you obviously want your kid to have good standards and be a respectful young lady. So why wouldn't you want your wife to be a woman with good morals and really respectful and funny and smart and everything you need in wifey material? So that's all I got for the video. Goodbye.